Who are your political role models and why? And that's for each candidate.
I'm afraid this goes back a way. Some of y'all are too young to remember Ralph Yarborough. Ralph Yarborough was senator from 1957 through 1971, was beat by Lloyd Benson in 1971 in a special election, lost again in 72. Ralph was great. I worked in his 1970 campaign, I worked in his 1971 campaign, and actually founded Youth for Yarborough. So I would say Ralph is my idol. He went to Washington. He worked for, no, Tom, that's a no-no. He worked for ordinary people. He worked for VA benefits. He worked for Medicare, Medicaid. He worked for environmental laws. And you know what he did when he came back from Washington? He went back to his law office and went back to work because he was still a working lawyer who had not gotten rich while he was in Washington. And I think that's admirable. So Ralph's my idol. Is that this is not about me, it's not about Catherine, it's about you. The only way a political campaign works is if people become proactively involved in what's going on. And most of the time people look at me first with a blank stare, second with an order of amusement that I'm possibly suggesting such a thing, and third, they go, wow, that sounds daunting. Now, that's just the way it is. There's not any way Catherine or I, whoever wins the primary, can go effectively communicate with 550,000 people, or even in this election, a presidential election year, the 100 to 150,000 people who will vote in Congressional District 32. It relies upon y'all's involvement in it. And so I thank you very much for being here and demonstrating that involvement. And I ask you, regardless of whether you want to support Catherine or you want to support me, do it. I do ask that you support me. I'm not favoring Catherine, that's why I'm standing here. But regardless of who it is, do it. And if it's another candidate that's working in a state race or another race, do it. Get out there, spend your $10, your 10 hours. If everyone did that, the world would be a different place. Secondly, I ask you to go to my website, go to my Facebook page, go to YouTube, go to the various brochures, look at the various things that we've said, make up your mind who you think would be the best choice in this process. That's all I ask. And I encourage you to sign up for emails so you will be updated as I put out new materials. No obligation associated with that, and I may be the only campaign that will never ask you for money. I intentionally chose to run a zero budget campaign. So thank you to those of you who contributed, but I'm not asking. So thank you very much for being here today. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you.